Welcome to a series of 2 videos about my brand new Gong. And in this series I will explore it. I've had it a few days. I haven't had a chance to really play it. So this will be the first time I really take a deep dive into it. And what I want to demonstrate is what I do with a new gong or a new instrument, is how I approach it, how I explore it, and learn all about it, which I think is a very important thing to do. This will be broken up into 2 parts. In the first part, I'll go through various mallets. And in the second part, we will look at Flumi and see what happens there. And again, I have not had much time to play with the Flumies. I just did a few things on there and that's it. So this is first explorations. I hope you like it. Different tonalities there. A lot of possibilities. I think I'm going to really like this gong with the Flumies. Very dark, almost haunting sounds. Moving from the top down through here, I get some really nice harmonic changes. A little different pressure gives me some nice changes. Yeah. Again, it's a matter of just coming here, putting in the time, working with it, understanding how it plays. I'm using a lot of the same ideas that I'll use on the other gongs, because that's what I've developed. I've developed sort of my style, as you might say. And it's like, okay, how do these same ideas work here? But then I'll also look for different things that, are unique to this gong, different ways of playing it that wouldn't necessarily work on this gong or that gong or another. Yeah, I like the feel. It's very stiff because it's thick and heavy, but it sings out nicely. It's going to be a great gong with Flumies, really, once I get going on it. Now this gong itself, I name all my gongs, and they're usually based on an impression I get while playing them of how I see them in the hierarchy of everything that I do and things. And this gong, my first impression playing it yesterday morning when I got up was sulfur. So I've sort of named this the sulfur gong. And sulfur is the 10th most prevalent element on Earth. In alchemy, it's one of the 3 primes, along with cinnabar, which is what mercury comes from, and salt. So mercury, salt, and sulfur are the 3 primes. And that's what it struck me as, was being sulfur. And sulfur is generally found around volcanoes. And if you look at this has that sort of look of lava, a lava flow, a volcano, heat, molten, that whole sort of idea. So that just came to me as I was playing it again yesterday morning. I played it a little bit on Saturday night when I got home. I played it a little bit, went to bed, got up in the morning, came down here, threw it up on the rack, started playing it, and sulfur was the impression I got. You could have other impressions, but that's how it works when I have gongs, and I name them all for impressions I get. Like I have a portal gong, I have air gongs, I have water gongs, earth gongs, fire gongs, the elements, ether gongs, mercury gongs, salt gongs, whatever. I'm very much into alchemy and hermeticism, so I tend to think that way. So you can see we're getting quite a bit of dark staining off of the raw finish here. Even though I've cleaned it with soap and water and that, you're going to get stains from the actual crust. So be aware of that when you have a raw gong. You're going to have to clean your Flumies quite a bit. I can play the Peisty gongs all day long and not get any marks on it. So this was a number 6.5. And like I said, I felt like I had to press a little harder to get it to go. Part of that could be because I'm not feeling the whole thing yet. Time will tell. Let's try a different one. Let's try I think this is a number 5. I've replaced the handle on this. I've got a longer handle. I like that a lot. very dark, very sort of mysterious sounds. I can feel a deeper tone wanting to pop out, but this is not quite producing it. Let's go a little smaller. This is the number 4. Doesn't seem to be a good Flumi gong on the rim here. The center, yeah, it works fine. The rim, just, I don't know. Maybe it'll just take some work. There we go, the very edge. That seemed to do it. Let's go with a back to the, there's a number 5 here. Try the edge. Number 6, barrel off. Let's try that. Again, with the bigger one, I feel like I have to push a little harder, and on this gong, then it's causing it to move too much. The smaller ones, much less pressure. I just rode the surface of the metal either here or on the very edge, and it was fine. These bigger ones, I really feel I have to get a little more into the gong. Didn't take as much pressure as the 6.5. This is a 6. So this is the whole thing. It's, you know, just coming down in my studio and working with things, finding what works, making a decision, you know, finding out what Flumies are going to work best on this gong. So when I'm out in the field or I'm doing something over the internet or whatever, it's like, oh, I got the wrong Flumi. This isn't good. No, I'll know which ones work best and which ones get the sounds that I want. So we'll try some more. I have a Grata Sonora that I put a different handle on, and this is about a 6 on the Bear Love scale. A different sort of silicone, a little different feel. So let's give this a try. similar to the bear love, but different. We'll try a smaller one. This is about a 4. Very similar to the bear love one. Now this is about as small as I normally go with Flumi. I prefer the deeper sounds. I don't really like those super high sounds, especially the really screechy ones. They annoy me. Now number 4 is about the smallest Flumi that I tend to use because I prefer deeper sounds. I don't really like the high whale dolphin sounds, especially some of the real high screechy sounds. They just annoy me. And that's just a personal preference. I know a lot of people like those. I used to use a lot of small Flumies and make those types of sounds because that's what was available. There was nothing large. So I tend to start at a number 4 and go up. But let's look at some smaller ones. We've got the Bear Love small set here. I think it's like a 2, a 3, and a 3.5 or something like that. I'm not sure. So let's give these a shot. Interesting, but really not my type of sound. I'm sure there are other people who play more with these smaller ones who could do a lot better and get more sounds out of it than I have right now, but just not into these small ones. Let's try a couple of Mike Balter super rubs here. That's so totally annoying to me, that type of sound. I know some people really like it. You got to make the sounds that you enjoy to make and that do something for you. Not my thing. And let's try. I know this will be annoying as can be, at least for me. The E-wand. I rarely ever use them because I find the high squealy sounds really irritating. Yeah, that's just not my kind of sound. It just really irritates. But again, that's all part of working with your instruments. I can use the smaller Flumies on some gongs, and the sounds are fairly pleasant and usable. Overall, just from these first explorations, playing now, and I played a little yesterday, this is a pretty interesting gong in that it's very sort of dark, dissonant sort of character to it, both with the mallet and with the Flumies. So it has a very specific sound that's very different than, let's say, the Paiste Symphonic here. Very pleasant. This, owing to its appearance and everything, it sounds like it looks. It sounds to me very brash and very sort of dark, a little bit of dissonance, mystery. And these are just my initial explorations into the gong. I'm sure a month from now, 6 months from now, a year from now, I will be able to pull out a much wider array of sounds than I have here. But this is what you need to do. You take your new gong, your new bowl, your new bell, whatever, rattles and shakers, anything, and you just play them. And you try them in different ways and different contexts. And the next big step for me would be to play everything together and see how does this blend in, how does it fit in, where is its place within my family of gongs. And I can already see some ways I would like to use it with some of the other gongs. And we'll probably do that in a further video down the road. But that's it. And that's what I do. I'm fortunate that I have my studio in my house, so I don't have to like get in my car and drive 2 miles to go to some studio in an industrial park. It's just right here. I just come downstairs and I play whenever I feel like it, which is really great because, yeah. But that's what I do. I come down here. I'll play for 5 minutes. I'll play for 10 minutes. I'll get lost and I'll play for an hour. And time sort of disappears in this room. But the idea is to come to your gong and play it. Whether it's just 2 strikes. I mean, sometimes I'm passing through here and I'll just... and then I'll back up. I'll listen to it. Let it fade out. Maybe do another strike. Listen to it. And then go on about my day. And the next time I'm passing through my studio, I'll do it again. Maybe a different mallet. Maybe the same mallet. Maybe a Flumi. But it's engaging in a conversation with my instruments. In this case, my new gong here. Engaging in a conversation. It's like every time you see somebody, you take a walk in your neighborhood and you see your neighbor and you go hi and you stop and you talk about the flowers or the weather or the sports for a couple minutes and then you keep on your walk. And you walk again later, you see them again, you say hi, it's the same thing. So every time I come into my studio, I say hello to the gong. 1 strike, 2 strikes, half an hour, I'm engaging with it. Okay, so thanks for being here. I hope you got some useful ideas out of this that you can take to your own studio, to your own instruments, and especially when you buy something new, a new gong or such, that you can take these ideas and use them to learn and explore your new instruments. I'll see you later.